we have all gathered here in Bengaluru for this great confluence. This is a city known for its innovation, not just Bengaluru, but the entire state of Karnataka has long been a hub of great minds of transformative leaders. The teachings of Karnataka's revered social reformer, Guru Basvanna, continue to inspire us even today. The land of Karnataka is also home to Bharat Ratna Sir M. Visvesvaraya, whose contributions to nation building, infrastructure development, and industrialization have left an indelible mark on India's history. Additionally, I would like to pay tribute to Bengaluru's visionary founder, Kempe Gowda-ji. It was his foresight that laid the foundation for one of the world's most dynamic urban centers, which is Bengaluru. Friends, there are countless such great personalities who were born on this sacred land and have made immense contributions to India's development journey. Friends, I am delighted to share with you that today, India's aerospace industry is advancing at a rapid pace. Under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, we have galvanized the entire defense sector, especially the aerospace sector, like never before. Today, we are not only capable of designing and developing major platforms and equipment within India, but we have also successfully established a vast supply chain within the country. Advanced platforms like LCA Tejas, LCA Prachand, and C-2295 are now being produced in India. Additionally, we have taken a firm resolve to manufacture fifth-generation fighter aircraft within the country. These achievements, which once seemed unimaginable, are now turning into reality. Today, we have taken our missile development program to new heights. From the advanced variants of the Agni missile, the Astra missile system, and the Pinaka missile system, to the cutting-edge hypersonic missile system, and the Akash air defense system, we have built numerous success stories. These achievements have played a crucial role in strengthening our defense sector, making India more self-reliant and secure. Friends, as you all know, India's defense industry has been primarily driven by the Ordnance Factory Board and the defense public sector undertakings since the beginning. Their contributions have continuously strengthened our armed forces. Whenever necessary, the government has introduced reforms to enhance their efficiency. However, in recent years, we have observed a growing role of technology in modern warfare. Not only has technology become more integral, but its lethality has also increased significantly. Keeping these evolving dynamics in mind, under the guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister, we took a crucial decision to corporatize the Ordnance Factory Boards. Following this corporatization, these newly formed companies have started performing exceptionally well in defense production. Friends, I am truly delighted to share with you that under a well-considered and well-developed plan, we have actively worked to empower the private sector in the defense and aerospace industry. I am happy to inform that we have achieved unprecedented success in this endeavor. Today, India has a thriving private defense industry that has firmly established itself and is making significant contributions to our national security. Friends, speaking about this Aero India event, I am delighted to share that this edition has exceeded all our expectations. This event features participation from over 900 exhibitors, including around 150 foreign exhibitors, with representatives from more than 90 countries, this grand gathering stands as a testament to the growing global confidence in India's aerospace and defense capabilities. Additionally, defense ministers or representatives from about 30 countries have come to participate in this event. The presence of air chiefs and secretaries from 43 countries further highlights the significance of this event, not just for India, but for the entire international defense community. Friends, Aero India is a crucial platform that drives towards our vision of a strong India, capable India, secure India, and self-reliant India.